I'm usually always out in the community. I have, like I mentioned, I have this little nonprofit I'm starting, and it's really around peer education, just getting peer education in our communities. I'm a big advocate for peer-to-peer learning. I feel like we just learn better. We like talking about safe spaces. Like when we have our peers around us, we usually feel safe and we can, discuss more things. So I'm out in the community, people know who I work for. And so they're always asking, they know, like, that's the cannabis person. So they do ask me questions, and we often table in community, like community resource fairs. I often have a table out there. So people will come and talk. Sometimes, the conversation it starts out a little rough, but I've kind of learned just to, where that conversation is going, especially if it's around social justice and the fear around, like I recently had this conversation with one of our elders in our community, and he was very concerned about, he said, I've watched cannabis destroy my youth in, my community, and, going through the whole jail system, very understood that. But when I was explaining to him that it wasn't the plant, right? It's the plant was being used as a tool for bad policy and systemic racism in our government. So it's really not the plant. So if you take the plant out of the equation, we still have these bad policies in place, and that's really what we have to change. And like having that discussion with him, he really like changed his perspective a little bit about the plant. And he said, well, maybe I'll come and look at that. And obviously I give him like a little, I had a sample like rub on me. So I was like, if you have any, arthritis, rub this on you and you'll understand like, what the health benefits, starting to understand it. So I usually start, if they're hard conversations that way, I try to be pretty well versed in our policy, history of policy. That's what I teach in the college. Like that's my role in teaching that. I usually teach cannabis history and war on drugs, altered states. So I'm a very big proponent and advocate of teaching about different kind of drug or altered states and drug uses. So people they understand like what is what. And like Nikki was saying, like a dab rig is not something that you would, some people find those and they're just like, what is this, contraption? Just to understand like, what kind of was used with what, so they'd be kind of more knowledgeable of, what's out there. Because really, what we don't know, we really don't know. And that's where the fear comes in.
Oh yeah,